What is up, Cowboy Nation? It is Dallas fan 1997 here, and today is the first Sunday of the NFL season. This is going to be the pregame video of when my Dallas Cowboys take on the New York Giants in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Sunday Night Football here in the next 4 hours. From news from the NFL today, of course, the Detroit Lions won the first game of the season against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bengals lost today, along with the Washington Commanders having a comeback win against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I expected them to win that game. The Arizona Cardinals are not the greatest team, but they put up a fight. So, yeah, that is the news of today. But let's get into keys to tonight's game. First of all, let's address some of the concerns I have. First of all, we have a lot of injuries. Cowboy Nation. Tyron Smith rolled his ankle a few days. He's questionable. Tyler Smith has had a hamstring strain, which he's actually been listed as doubtful. Now, I don't expect Tyler Smith to play. There has only been one player in the history of the NFL. I've been watching football since 2007, 2008, more than half my life, and there has only been one player I've ever seen be listed as doubtful before a game and play in the same game, and that was Jason Witten in 2012 against the Giants, believe it or not. So that's it. So I expect Tyler Smith to be out for this game, which means that we're going to be having Asim Richards, the rookie fifth-rounder, starting at left guard. Now, there is a chance that Tyler Smith could play, but again, he's doubtful, so I doubt he's going to play, because he did practice yesterday, but that's a big injury, Cowboy Nation. The Giants, their front seven is no joke. They got Leonard Williams, A'Shawn Robinson, Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, very good defensive line, and not having Tyler Smith out there is huge. It's huge, Cowboy Nation, and that is concern. Also, Tyron Smith, we already know he's been injury prone the last couple of years. Why he's still on the team, I have no idea. He's a good player, but he just can't stay healthy. I've been saying it for years. But if we're missing Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith for this game, we're going to have some problems. Cowboy Nation. It's going to be very tough to beat the New York Giants. I'm just telling you right now. If we're missing both of those players for this game, it's going to be tough. That means Asim Richards, a rookie fifth-rounder, is going to start, and either Chuma Adoga, who's just coming off an injury himself, or TJ Bass is going to be the starting offensive lineman or starting tackle, which is kind of concerning. So it's going to be a tough game, Cowboy Nation. This is not the same New York Giants team of years past. Last year, they were pretty good. This year, they're going to be even better, and they upgraded big time. And they also have very good coaching with Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll is probably the best coach in the entire NFC East division. He really is. So they have good coaching, and they also have a lot more talent. So it's going to be tough. And also, the Giants are due against us. I'm just telling you. We've beaten them so many times the last, couple years, and they're due. So I'm just saying, it's going to be a tough game, especially if we're missing those two guys. And then, of course, Donovan Wilson's more than likely not going to play, and Malik Hooker's questionable. If we're missing, Malik Hooker, we're in trouble. But, so I have some concerns about that. We're playing on the road. The New York Giants are playing in New York. It's going to be terrible weather. It's going to be raining. I expect this game to be very low scoring on both sides, both the Cowboys and the New York Giants. Now, the Giants do have one injury. Darren Waller's questionable. He may not play, but other than that, they're a lot healthier than my Dallas Cowboys. They're a lot healthier team. So that's going to be tough. But here are the keys to the game offensively. Screen game, off-tackle running. That is how we're going to have to attack the New York Giants. We're going to have to do what we did a couple years ago when we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when Dak Prescott was throwing a lot of short screen passes. We were pass happy, but we used like the short passes kind of almost like a running game. We're going to have to do that again, because there's no way, especially if we're missing Tyler Smith and Tyron with that good front seven the New York Giants have, that we're going to be able to run the ball up the middle with Tony Pollard. It's not going to happen. If Mike McCarthy thinks he's going to win the game by doing that, he's delusional. He's surely mistaken. The Cowboys are going to have to attack the New York Giants on the edges. The Cowboys do have an advantage. We do have strong receivers. We got Brandon Cooks. We got CeeDee Lamb. We got Gallup. We got Turpin. We got Tolbert out there. Plus, we got Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn. We're going to need to be running with Deuce Vaughn and Tony Pollard on the edges, along with Dowdle. We're going to be needing to use the running backs on the outside. We're going to need to be using the screen play, short passes. Dak Prescott needs to get the ball out of his hand quickly. He should not be dropping back, 5-10 yards to throw the ball. As soon as Dak Prescott gets the ball, he needs to get that ball out of his hands quick. He can't be doing what he's been doing in the past, which is holding on to the football and taking bad sacks and all this stuff. He's not going to have time. He's going to have to get the ball out of his hands quickly. We're going to have to attack the New York Giants on the edges. We're going to have to use the screen game. We're going to have to run off tackle. We're going to have to attack them on the edges. We're not going to win this game by trying to run up the middle. The other thing, penalties. Mike McCarthy has had a problem. He's gotten a little bit better over the years, but he's had a problem with not having his teams prepared when it comes to discipline. We can't be getting stupid penalties like illegal procedures, holding. Well, holding is hit or miss, because that's questionable, but still, we can't be getting a lot of holding penalties. We can't be getting false starts. We can't be getting just dumb penalties that are going to hurt us. The other thing, no turnovers. And that's going to be tough in this game because it's raining. But we can't turn the ball over, Dak Prescott, multiple times a game. We cannot do it. We have to attack the Giants on the edges with the receivers, with the running backs we got, and we cannot turn the football over. And that's not just to Dak Prescott, but I'm saying him because he's the one that's been turning over the ball. We can't turn over the football. We have to protect the football at all costs and attack the Giants on the edges. If we can have some success attacking them on the edges like we did against Tampa Bay a couple of years ago, we did lose that game, but we were successful in attacking their defense by attacking the edges. We have a chance in this game. As for the defensive side of the football, we have got to make sure we put the Giants in third and long situations. Daniel Jones is going to try and beat us with his legs. The Cowboys, our run defense is a little bit better because we have Jonathan Hankins, but we're still weak there up the middle. We need to find a way to stop the run as much as possible. We need to keep Daniel Jones in check. First of all, we're going to need to put pressure on Daniel Jones. Micah Parsons, my boy, he's going to have to show up today and put pressure on the quarterback. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's going to have to put pressure on the quarterback. Armstrong, Williams, those guys are going to have to get after Daniel Jones and make him uncomfortable. What I've noticed is when the Cowboys can get pressure on Daniel Jones, we usually have some success on the defensive side of the football. We have the corners in Gilmore and Bland and, of course, Trayvon Diggs, and even with the safeties, hopefully Hooker plays, to keep the New York Giants in check in the passing game. But the running game, I'm not so sure. They have Saquon. Saquon could definitely hurt us. But we need to keep the Giants, we need to keep Daniel Jones running in check, and we need to put pressure on Daniel Jones. We got to get after the quarterback today. We got to make sure that we put the Giants in third and long situations, because if the Giants are in third and short situations with Daniel Jones or Saquon, they're gonna be tough to beat. I'm just telling you. So the Cowboys, we have to get after the quarterback. We have to contain the run as much as possible, and we need to make sure that Daniel Jones is uncomfortable. But again, Cowboy Nation, this is going to be a tough game. I don't have a lot of expectations for the Cowboys in this game. I don't expect them to be great. I really don't. Dak Prescott hasn't played at all in preseason. He's probably going to be very sloppy. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a terrible game. Dak has not played well in bad weather games for the majority of his career. We also are 0-3 under Mike McCarthy in week 1. We're playing on the road. So it doesn't look great for us. I think we have a chance in this game. If we can attack the Giants on the edges offensively, running off tackle, doing the screen plays, having success there, not turning over the football, not getting bad penalties, and then getting after the quarterback on the defensive side of the ball and trying to contain the run game, we have a shot. But I'm telling you this right now, it's going to be a tough game. I don't expect there to be a lot of high scoring in this game. I expect it to be sloppy. And I don't know, I don't have a lot of expectations for the Dallas Cowboys in this game. I will be pissed, obviously, if it doesn't go the way it is. I'll be happy if it does go the way that I want it to, but I'm just being real with you. But those are the keys to the Giants. But the Giants, they have a little bit of an advantage because we do have injuries on the offensive line, and we do have injuries to Hooker and, of course, Donovan Wilson. So they have a little bit of an advantage there. But we do have an advantage. Their secondary is decent, but we have better receivers with Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and those guys. So again, we can attack the Giants on the outside and have some success. We could do it. We have a chance, but we have to be efficient. We can't be making stupid mistakes. We can't be getting dumb penalties. We can't be turning over the football. Do I expect that to happen? Probably not. But if we can do those things, if we can attack the edges, one more time before I end this, if we can attack the edges and get Dak Prescott to get the ball out of his hands quickly, minimize the turnovers, minimize the penalties on offense, and then get after Daniel Jones and find a way to contain the run game with Saquon and Daniel, then we got a chance in this game. But Cowboy Nation, that's all I got. We'll see what happens tonight, and I'll come to you guys after the game. I'll catch you all later. Peace.